deep dive into empowering Ugandan youth through entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So, you shared this ebook from the Omuto Foundation with me.
Yeah.
And I got to say, it's really changed how I think about financial freedom.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's really fascinating how they tie financial freedom, directly to the realities on the ground in Uganda.
Yeah.
It goes beyond just the theory and gets into very localized strategies.
Right. Like, it's almost like a roadmap tailored specifically for young Ugandans.
Yeah.
Like, for example, they use this analogy of climbing a ladder to financial independence, with each rung, representing a different stage.
And to illustrate that climb, they share Maria's story.
Oh, yeah.
She's a young woman from Mpidi who started a handmade jewelry business.
Wow.
And now she not only supports her family, but she also employs 3 other people.
I love that story. Her story really resonated with me. It made me think, about the growing global demand for handmade artisan goods.
Yeah.
What if Maria could, tap into that market and expand her business even further?
That's a great point. Yeah, the ebook does touch on the potential of digital platforms for reaching wider audiences.
Yeah.
But even before going digital, what's striking is how Maria's story just exemplifies that first rung on the ladder, identifying unnecessary expenses and redirecting those funds.
Totally.
The ebook calls it the latte factor.
Ah, yes, the latte factor.
Yeah.
I am definitely guilty of that one.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much those small daily purchases can add up over time.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. But the ebook doesn't just tell you to stop buying lattes.
Right.
It goes deeper by explaining the difference between assets and liabilities.
Exactly. The ebook emphasizes the need to build your asset column.
Yeah.
Things that generate income like a business or rental property.
Yeah.
And it provides specific strategies for acquiring those assets that are particularly relevant to Uganda.
Like joining a SACCO.
Yeah.
Right. Can you explain what a SACCO is for our listeners who might not be familiar with that term?
Of course. So a SACCO, or Savings and Credit Cooperative Organization, is a financial institution that's popular in Uganda and other parts of Africa.
Okay.
It's essentially a member-owned cooperative that provides financial services like savings accounts, loans, and even insurance at lower rates than traditional banks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So instead of spending money on that daily latte,
Right.
the ebooks suggests redirecting it towards a SACCO or other investments.
Exactly.
They even talk about how families in MPG involve their children in budgeting to teach them about needs versus wants.
It's a really culturally significant practice that highlights the importance of financial literacy from a young age.
Yeah.
The ebook suggests that this early exposure to financial concepts can have long-term benefits, leading to better financial decisions later in life.
That's such a powerful idea.
Yeah.
It's not just about teaching kids to save,
Right.
but it's also about giving them the tools to understand how money works.
Mhm.
So we've talked about cutting unnecessary expenses and building assets.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next rung on this ladder to financial freedom?
The ebook then delves into the crucial distinction between saving and investing.
Okay, I think a lot of people might use those terms interchangeably.
Yeah.
Could you break down the key differences for us?
Certainly, saving is essentially setting aside money for short-term goals or emergencies.
Okay.
It's about preserving capital and having access to funds when you need them. Investing, on the other hand, is about putting your money to work
Right.
with the goal of growing it over the long term.
Gotcha.
It involves taking on some level of risk in the hope of earning a return.
So saving is like putting money in a safe place,
Yeah.
while investing is more like planting a seed and watching it grow.
That's a great analogy.
Okay.
The ebook emphasizes that both saving and investing are essential for achieving financial freedom, but they serve different purposes and require different strategies.
And speaking of strategies, what kind of investment opportunities does the ebook highlight for young Ugandans?
It covers a range of options, from low-risk choices like SACCOs and government bonds to higher return ventures like agribusiness and tech startups.
Wow.
The key is to diversify your investments based on your risk tolerance and financial goals.
That makes sense. But before jumping into investments, the ebook tackles something that can be a major obstacle for many people:
Oh, yeah.
managing debt.
Absolutely. It distinguishes between good debt and bad debt.
Okay.
Good debt is used strategically for growth, like investing in education or a business.
Yeah.
Bad debt, however, is accumulated for non-essential items and can weigh you down financially.
They also mentioned something called the debt snowball method.
Right.
Could you explain what that is and how it can help people become debt-free?
Certainly. The debt snowball method is a debt reduction strategy that focuses on paying off the smallest debts first,
Yep.
regardless of interest rates, to gain momentum and motivation.
So it's like a psychological boost.
Yeah,
Seeing those small wins early on can encourage you to keep going with the larger debts.
exactly. The ebook even shares the story of David, a teacher in Kayabwe,
Oh, wow.
who successfully used this method to become debt-free.
Amazing.
His story is a powerful testament to the fact that becoming debt-free is achievable with the right strategy and mindset.
That's inspiring. So we've covered cutting expenses, building assets,
Yeah.
the difference between saving and investing, and managing debts.
Yeah.
What else did the ebook highlight as essential for achieving financial freedom?
Next, it emphasizes the power of automation.
Yes, automation.
Yeah,
One of my favorite topics. Can you tell us why it's so important?
Oh, yeah.
Especially for young people who might be new to managing their finances.
Automation is crucial for building consistency and discipline in your financial habits.
Totally.
By setting up automatic transfers for savings and investments,
Okay.
you remove the temptation to spend that money elsewhere
Yeah.
and ensure that you're consistently working towards your goals.
It takes the emotion out of it.
Right.
You don't have to rely on willpower alone.
Exactly.
But setting up those automated systems can seem intimidating.
Yeah,
Does the ebook offer any guidance on that?
absolutely. It highlights specific tools and apps available in Uganda that simplify the process,
Okay.
including mobile money platforms like MTN Momo and Airtel Money, as well as banking apps like Centenary Bank's Centa Mobile.
So even if you're not tech savvy,
Right.
the ebook provides practical steps to get started with automation.
Oh,
I love that. It's all about making financial freedom accessible to everyone.
yeah.
But before we move on, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier, good debt versus bad debt. Could you elaborate a bit more on that?
Of course. Good debt, as we discussed, is debt that helps you grow financially.
Right.
For example, taking out a loan to invest in a business that will generate income,
Right.
or pursuing education that will increase your earning potential,
Yeah.
can be considered good debt.
So it's about strategically using debt as a tool to improve your financial future.
Precisely. But bad debt is debt incurred for non-essential items
Right.
or expenses that don't contribute to your financial well-being.
Gotcha.
This could include things like credit card debt for impulsive purchases or loans for luxury items that depreciate in value.
That makes perfect sense. So the key is to be mindful about the types of debt you take on.
Right.
And to ensure that any debt you do incur is used for investments that will ultimately benefit you financially.
Absolutely. The ebook encourages readers to carefully evaluate their financial goals
Okay.
and determine if taking on debt is truly necessary and aligned with their long-term aspirations.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've explored the importance of cutting expenses, building assets,
Yeah.
understanding the difference between saving and investing, managing debt wisely, and leveraging the power of automation.
And all of this within the specific context of Uganda using real-life examples and culturally relevant practices.
Yes, exactly. It's fascinating to see how the ebook blends financial principles with the unique realities of life in Uganda.
Yeah.
I'm eager to continue exploring this in part 2.
You too. There's much more to unpack.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the ebook's focus on entrepreneurship as a path to empowerment.
Yeah.
So picking up where we left off, the ebook really challenges this whole idea that a traditional job is the only path to stability.
Yeah.
Like, it really presents entrepreneurship as a powerful way for Ugandan youth to kind of create their own opportunities.
That's a perspective we don't hear enough.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in this idea that you need a 9-to-5 job for security.
Right.
But the ebook argues that entrepreneurship can offer more control, especially in a rapidly changing job market.
Exactly. And they don't just make the argument, they back it up with real-life examples.
Yeah.
Remember Grace, the young woman who built a thriving poultry farming business
Oh, yeah.
after attending one of the Omuto Foundation's YoSkills workshops?
Oh, Grace's story is so inspiring. It really highlights the potential of entrepreneurship, to transform lives, not just financially, but also in terms of personal growth and community impact.
Totally.
I was particularly struck by how she used her profits to invest back into her community by providing training for other aspiring poultry farmers.
Her story is a perfect example of how entrepreneurship can have this ripple effect,
Yeah.
empowering individuals and kind of uplifting entire communities.
Totally.
And it connects beautifully to the next rung on the financial freedom ladder,
Oh,
creating systems and habits for success.
I'm really intrigued by this idea of systems and habits.
Uh-huh.
We've all heard the saying, consistency is key.
Right.
But how does the ebook translate that into practical advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
It encourages readers to develop daily habits
Okay.
like tracking expenses and setting aside time for business planning, emphasizing that these small, consistent actions can lead to significant results over time.
So it's not just about having, a brilliant business idea.
Right.
It's about cultivating the discipline
Yeah.
and the daily practices that will turn that idea into a reality.
Precisely. And it's not just about hustle and grind either.
Right.
The ebook stresses the importance of finding balance,
Ah.
taking breaks, and celebrating small wins along the way to avoid burnout.
That's so important. It's so easy to get caught up in the pressure to constantly be on as an entrepreneur,
Yeah,
but neglecting your well-being can ultimately hinder your success.
right.
The ebook seems to take a very holistic approach to entrepreneurship, recognizing that it's not just about financial gain,
Yeah,
but also about personal fulfillment and creating a life you love.
absolutely. And that leads us to another key aspect highlighted in the ebook,
Okay.
leveraging the internet for growth.
Oh, yeah.
It dives into how young Ugandans can utilize digital platforms,
Yep.
like YouTube e-commerce platforms and social media to grow their businesses.
We touched on this earlier with Maria's jewelry business.
Right.
I'm curious to learn more about the specific strategies. The ebook recommends for utilizing digital tools. Does it go beyond the basics of setting up social media accounts?
Oh, definitely. It goes much deeper, providing practical tips on content creation,
Okay.
digital marketing, and even building online communities.
That's fascinating. Could you share a specific example from the ebook
Sure.
that illustrates how a young Ugandan entrepreneur successfully leveraged the internet for growth?
They share the story of John Lingen, a university student who built a profitable YouTube channel
Wow.
teaching computer skills in Uganda.
That's amazing.
His success demonstrates the power of using local languages to reach wider audiences online,
Yeah.
tapping into a niche market that might be underserved by mainstream content creators.
John's story is so inspiring.
Yeah.
It highlights the incredible potential of online platforms to democratize access to information and create economic opportunities,
Right.
especially for young people in underserved communities.
Totally.
But I imagine that building a successful online business can be quite overwhelming.
It can be, yeah.
Does the ebook offer any guidance on navigating the complexities of the digital world?
It certainly does. It encourages readers to focus on building digital assets,
Okay.
such as websites, online courses, or ebooks that can generate passive income over time.
Gotcha.
It emphasizes the importance of identifying your unique skills and knowledge
Yeah.
and finding creative ways to share them online.
So it's about leveraging your existing expertise and translating it into a digital format that can reach a global audience. I love that.
Yeah.
It's about empowering young Ugandans to become creators and innovators in the digital space.
Absolutely.
But with so many options and platforms available, it can be hard to know where to start.
It can.
Does the ebook offer any advice on choosing the right digital platforms for your business?
It encourages readers to research and experiment with different platforms
Okay.
to find the ones that best suit their target audience and business goals. It also emphasizes the importance of creating high-quality content that provides value to your audience and building a strong online presence that reflects your brand identity.
So it's not just about being present online.
Right.
It's about being strategic and intentional with your digital presence.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But building a successful online business, or any business for that matter, requires more than just technical skills.
Absolutely. That's why the ebook dedicates a significant portion to the importance of mindset,
Okay.
emphasizing the need for resilience, adaptability, and a growth mindset
Yeah.
to navigate the inevitable challenges of entrepreneurship.
Those are such crucial skills,
They are?
especially for young entrepreneurs who might be facing setbacks for the first time.
Right.
Does the ebook offer any specific advice on cultivating these essential mindset qualities?
It encourages readers to view challenges as opportunities for learning and growth,
Okay.
to embrace feedback, and to develop a strong support network of mentors and peers who can provide guidance and encouragement along the way.
Yeah.
It also highlights the importance of self-care and stress management. Right.
to maintain a healthy and balanced approach to entrepreneurship.
That's so important. It's a reminder that entrepreneurship is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah,
And taking care of your mental and emotional well-being is essential for long-term success.
totally.
But even with the right mindset and support system, setting clear goals is crucial for staying focused and motivated.
It is.
Does the ebook delve into goal-setting strategies?
Absolutely.
Eh.
It guides readers through the process of building a clear vision
Okay.
and setting SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Gotcha.
It emphasizes the importance of aligning your goals with your values and passions to ensure that your entrepreneurial journey is both fulfilling and profitable.
I love that. It's about creating a business that reflects who you are and what you care about.
Exactly.
But setting goals is one thing, actually achieving them is another.
Right.
Does the ebook offer any practical tips on breaking down those big dreams into actionable steps?
It encourages readers to create action plans with specific timelines and milestones.
During breaking down large goals into smaller, more manageable tasks.
Gotcha.
It also emphasizes the importance of tracking your progress, celebrating small wins,
Yeah.
and adjusting your plans as needed along the way.
So it's about having a roadmap,
Huh?
but also being flexible and adaptable as you navigate the unpredictable terrain of entrepreneurship. That's great advice.
It is.
But even with the best plans and intentions, challenges are inevitable.
Of course.
Yeah.
The ebook doesn't shy away from addressing the common financial pitfalls that many entrepreneurs face, like overspending, impulse buying, and neglecting saving.
Those are definitely traps I've fallen into myself. What kind of strategies does the ebook suggest for overcoming these challenges?
It provides practical tips on creating a budget,
Okay.
tracking your expenses, and setting up systems to automate your savings. It also stresses the importance of building an emergency fund to cushion against unexpected financial setbacks.
That's such a crucial point. Having that financial safety net can make all the difference when facing unexpected challenges.
Absolutely.
But beyond the financial aspects,
Yeah.
what about the emotional toll that setbacks can take on entrepreneurs?
The ebook acknowledges that setbacks are inevitable in any entrepreneurial journey,
Right.
but it emphasizes the importance of developing resilience
Huh.
and viewing failures as opportunities for learning and growth.
So it's not about avoiding failure altogether.
Right.
What about changing your perspective on failure and using it as a springboard for future success?
Exactly. And it's not about going through it alone either.
Okay.
The ebook encourages seeking support from communities like the Omuto Foundation,
Yeah.
reminding readers that they're not alone in this journey.
That's so powerful.
Yeah.
Having a community of like-minded individuals
Yeah.
who understand the challenges and rewards of entrepreneurship can be invaluable.
Absolutely.
But even with all the support and resources in the world, there's always a chance that things won't go according to plan.
That's true, but the ebook emphasizes that even if your initial business idea doesn't succeed, the skills and knowledge you gain through the process are transferable and can be applied to future endeavors.
So it's about embracing the journey, learning from both successes and failures, and constantly evolving as an entrepreneur. That's such an empowering message.
It is.
I'm curious to know more about the Omuto Foundation's role in supporting young entrepreneurs beyond the information provided in this ebook.
They offer a range of programs and resources, including workshops, mentorship opportunities, and access to funding to help young people turn their entrepreneurial dreams into reality.
That's amazing. It sounds like they're creating a whole ecosystem of support for aspiring entrepreneurs in Uganda.
Exactly. And it's not just about individual success. It's about fostering a culture of entrepreneurship and innovation that can drive economic growth and social progress for the entire nation.
I love that. It's about empowering young people to become agents of change, not just for themselves, but for their communities and for Uganda as a whole. This ebook is truly a testament to their commitment to that vision.
And it's not just limited to Uganda.
Oh, yeah.
The principles and strategies outlined in this ebook are universally applicable and can inspire aspiring entrepreneurs around the world.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
While the ebook is rooted in the context of Uganda, the lessons about financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and personal growth transcend borders.
They do.
And can resonate with anyone who dreams of creating a better future for themselves and their communities.
Absolutely. It's a powerful reminder that no matter where you come from or what your circumstances are, you have the potential to achieve financial freedom and make a positive impact on the world through entrepreneurship.
I couldn't agree more. This ebook has been such an eye-opening, inspiring read.
Yeah, it really has.
I'm eager to see what else it has to offer as we delve into the final part of our deep dive.
Me too. There's still much more to explore,
Yeah.
particularly when it comes to overcoming challenges defining personal wealth. And the ebook's concluding thoughts on the future of entrepreneurship in Uganda.
You know, as we wrap up our deep dive into this insightful ebook from the Omuto Foundation,
Yeah.
I'm struck by how it reframes this whole concept of wealth. It's not just about money,
Right.
it's about creating a life of abundance in all areas.
It's refreshing, isn't it? The ebook encourages readers to define what wealth truly means to them personally.
Yeah.
For some, it might be financial independence. For
Right.
others, it could be the freedom to pursue their passions, support
Yeah.
their families, or make a positive impact on their community.
It's about aligning your financial goals with your values and aspirations.
Exactly.
Creating a life that feels, rich and fulfilling on multiple levels. But even with a clear vision,
Yeah.
there will inevitably be bumps along the road.
There will.
Does the ebook offer any guidance on navigating those inevitable financial challenges?
It absolutely does. The
Really?
ebook dedicates a whole section to overcoming common financial pitfalls.
Okay.
Those tempting traps we can all fall into. Yeah.
You've talked about some already. Overspending impulse, buying, neglecting savings.
Yes. And I think it's important to acknowledge that, these are things we all struggle with from time to time.
We do.
It's human nature. But the ebook doesn't just point out the problems, it offers practical solutions, right?
That's right. It provides clear strategies for staying on track.
Yeah.
Things like creating a realistic budget,
Yeah.
tracking expenses diligently, and even setting up systems to automate savings.
Yeah.
And it emphasizes the importance of building that emergency fund,
Right.
that safety net for unexpected events.
That emergency fund can make all the difference when life throws those curveballs.
For sure.
But even with those practical strategies, there's also the emotional side of dealing with financial setbacks.
Yeah.
How does the ebook address that?
It encourages a mindset shift. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures,
Okay.
it reframes them as valuable learning opportunities.
Okay.
It emphasizes the importance of building resilience, bouncing back from challenges.
And using those experiences to inform future decisions.
So it's about developing that entrepreneurial grit, that ability to adapt and learn from every experience. But it's not about going it alone.
Right.
The ebook reminds readers that seeking support from communities like the Omuto Foundation is crucial.
Absolutely. Having a network of mentors, peers, and like-minded individuals can provide invaluable guidance and encouragement, especially when facing those inevitable entrepreneurial hurdles.
For sure.
It's about recognizing that you're not alone in this journey.
Speaking of not being alone, I'm curious to know more about the broader impact of the Omuto Foundation's work in Uganda.
They're doing amazing things. They're not just equipping individuals with entrepreneurial skills.
Right.
They're fostering a culture of innovation and creating a ripple effect of positive change throughout communities.
I love that. It's about empowering individuals to become catalysts for economic growth and social progress.
Exactly.
Their approach seems so holistic, recognizing that entrepreneurship is not just about individual success, but about building a brighter future for all Ugandans.
Exactly. And it's not just about financial gain.
Right.
It's about creating opportunities for young people to contribute their talents and passions to their communities.
Yeah.
Building a sense of purpose and belonging along the way.
What a powerful message. And while this ebook focuses on Uganda, I think the lessons about financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and personal growth are universally applicable.
I agree. It's a reminder that no matter where you come from or what your circumstances are, you have the potential to create a life of abundance and make a positive impact on the world through entrepreneurship.
Well said. As we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one key takeaway you hope our listener will walk away with?
I hope they're inspired to take action.
Okay.
Whether it's taking a closer look at their finances, exploring a new business idea, or simply seeking out resources and support, every step forward can lead to a brighter financial future.
That's a perfect note to end on. This deep dive has been packed with practical advice, inspiring stories, and a refreshing perspective on wealth and entrepreneurship.
It has.
If any of it resonated with you, we encourage you to seek out the Omuto Foundation and explore the amazing work they're doing.
And remember, the journey to financial freedom starts with a single step.
Yes, it does.
So what will your first step be?